Hey everyone, it's Dan Blackwell, and on today's video, we're going to discuss our investor poll that we put together. We surveyed 51 investors of multifamily properties within Southern California. Now, these owners own a wide range of properties, anywhere from 10, 20 unit buildings, all the way up to 100, 200 unit assets. So we could get a sample set of data and really get a good understanding as to what's going on in the market from our client's perspective. So we asked them a few different questions, and let's walk through it on today's video to give the viewers as much data as we can as we enter 2023. So here we go. The first question we asked was, over the next 6 months, do you feel interest rates will remain the same as today or be higher or possibly lower? 67% of owners feel that interest rates will be higher than they are today. Right now in the marketplace, we're seeing rates anywhere from 5.25% to about 5.8%. That's the range as we shoot this video on December. That's where rates are, and people feel, 67% of owners feel that the rates are going to be higher. So that would suggest we're probably going to be going into the 6% range here moving into next year. All right, so the second question, do you feel over the next 6 months if market rents in Southern California will remain the same as today or be higher or lower? 63% of owners feel the market rents in Southern California will remain about the same over the next 6 months. Now, we've had some folks that we've talked to, now this is on a macro level, but we've had some folks we've talked to where rental rates are down. Some folks are offering 1 month concession, bringing that effective rent down 8-9% from the high. We could see market rents drop a little bit. We were just at a panel today for the Apartment Association, and folks felt on the panel anywhere from rental rates will be flat, market rents will be flat, and some folks feel there could be a dip of about 5%. So that's some data there. Next question. Do you feel multifamily property values in Southern California will be at similar levels as they are today? Will they be higher or possibly lower over the next 6 months? 75% of owners feel multifamily property values in Southern California will be lower than where they are today. We didn't ask by how much or this percent or that percent. It's just the majority of owners feel that prices will be lower than they are today within the next 6 months. So I don't think that's a big shocker. A lot of people feel that the interest rate run up hasn't really fully priced into the market yet. All right, so we got a couple more questions left. Next one is, do you plan on purchasing a multifamily property in Southern California? 82% of owners plan on purchasing a multifamily property, and 41% of those owners are looking to purchase within the next 6 months. A lot of folks are on the sidelines right now, waiting, and are pencils down more or less, waiting to see, some of this interest rate start to price into the properties. And we've gapped out. There's been a big gap in the marketplace where, sellers are saying, hey, look, my property is performing very well. I don't want to, I'll give a little bit of a discount possibly, but I don't want to give a massive discount of 10+%, for example. I'm just going to keep the asset. And buyers are looking at their cost of capital. Banks are making it really tough, right? They're cutting LTVs. They're stress testing a lot of properties at 6.5% interest rates, making it difficult to get assets to pencil and get them financed. And plus, financing is a little rocky right now. Not with every bank, but there's some banks that are retrading, so it's making it tough. And I think a lot of that is making it tough for investors to purchase assets right now. They say, hey, look, let me wait a little bit. Let me see if there's a little bit of stability within lending, and then maybe prices come down, maybe rents pull back a little bit, and that's a great entry point in the market. All right, so moving on. Next question, do you anticipate selling a multifamily property in Southern California? 72% of owners plan on holding. And that shouldn't be a surprise. This is typically a lower velocity market. Maybe there's an uptick within LA where if there's assets under the ULA measure that are going to be taxed, I think there's going to be an uptick of properties that people that are going to say, you know what, I just want to sell, especially getting ahead of the April date when that law takes effect. Maybe once it takes effect, then people will say, hey, I don't want to sell because I don't want to pay that extra tax. But we could see a little bit of an uptick. But it doesn't surprise me. 72% of owners want to hold. Only 28% of owners plan on selling. And that's not within the next 6 months. That's just in general. So I think we'll see historically probably low volumes of properties on the market, which should keep property values up. There's not going to be a big flood of properties hitting the market. All right, so the last and final question is, over the next 6 months, do you feel the number of multifamily properties on the market will remain the same, or will there be more or less? About 50% of owners feel there'll be more properties on the market over the next 6 months. So I suggested maybe not, because you're not seeing a lot of sellers hit the market, but people feel that inventory might start to creep up. Now that could take place if there's less buyers and there does become a supply-demand imbalance, and a lot of properties aren't clearing the market and people are putting properties on the market and it starts to stack up a little bit. However, if an owner has a want to sell a property but not really a need, some people are saying, you know what, let me see what my building's worth. I might want to take this property to market, maybe I don't. So we'll see what happens with inventory levels, but overall, Southern California, it's very hard to find good properties on the market. So I think inventory levels will remain tight. So that's the investor poll. That's the market update as what people are anticipating moving into 2023. Hopefully this was some good data points. If you want to talk one-on-one about this and what your plans are and how we could possibly help you, feel free to reach out to myself or anyone on the team. We're here and happy to help. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.